Hey guys, Kids back with the AR project, volume 3. So I did the parts, I did the mag release, and now we're on to the safety selector. This one's by Seekins Precision. And as you can see, it's a red Ambi, meaning ambidextrous. It's going to be able to be a safety on both sides. And let me see if I bring it a little closer. It's very, if it'll focus, it's very apparent that there are detent marks on this side. So obviously this is going to be the side I want to take off, and the side I want to make sure the detent pin rides in. This guy is spring loaded, so like I said before, anything you're working with spring loaded might as well be safe than sorry. What you'll need, the spring and the detent for this firing safety is underneath what I'm saying. It's the firing safety is here, as you can see, both sides. The new one's going to be ambidextrous on both sides. What I was referring to, the detent and spring, is actually under the handle. On this model of AR, you're going to need a 3/16 long enough to reach in there. And you want to be careful again. The handle holds the spring, so I'm going to put a little pressure on the handle just to make sure it doesn't pop off on me, which I doubt it would, but I just want to make sure it's fully... Okay, that feels right. Now, see if I get a good picture as I take this off. You see that spring starting to show itself right by my thumb? Ideally, I want to take this off and just keep the spring in there. Just like that. And there goes my screw. So I'll leave that to the side with the spring still in it. Here's what that hex screw looks like. You see it's got its own locking mechanism there for the handle. Now in here should be the detent. So I'm sorry, I know you can't see this piece, but I just want to make sure, get it right. So now I wanted to make sure I saw which piece came out. The flat piece came out first, and the pointed piece was inside. I believe this hammer is going to have to be back. And then I should be able to finagle this out. It's definitely coming. I think and again, this is a brand new gun. It hasn't been shot, hasn't been oiled a whole bunch. So if I am struggling with some of this, it's not just, I think, because I'm a noob. It's because it's partly a new gun and I'm being a little cautious with it. So there's the old. Out with the old. We're gonna have to go in with the new. So this was the part I was saying that is going to hook up the detent. So I'm gonna need to take this off. Now this should go in. I went ahead and grabbed some good old frog lube. Just want to put some on there, especially since the other one was a little rough coming out. Blend it in a little bit. Okay. It's definitely a snug fit, if not the wrong fit. Now that's it. I think this Cerakote too is adding a little bit of resistance as well. Yeah, and this Cerakote is all on the inside. That's what I'm gonna do. Instead of keep pushing to get meshes through, I'm gonna do a little bit of Dremel on it just to buffer it a little bit and then come back. So where I was having some issues, and it wasn't the fitting, the seating wasn't the issue. I mean, it was. I had to, you know, polish a little bit. But when I went to put in the detent, it wouldn't go. I couldn't understand what's going on. And then when I put these next to each other, I realized, one, they had the small one on the wrong side, where it should have been on the big side. And two, it was on 180. So that's why this was not going in as it should. So one, they had it on the wrong side. Two, they had it upside down. So obviously it wouldn't work, and with some little research looking at the stock Selector, I figured that out. So let's try this again. Let's go ahead and put a little more grease on this guy and see if this can't finally just go together for me. Alrighty, so hammer's back, going for this again. Now it's still a snug fit, nothing changed there. Okay, I can feel it going, and there we go. So that's there, and we'll come back to this. I'll add a little more blue. Loctite, that is. Get off the excess. And then I wanted the smaller switch on this side. It just makes sense to have the smaller one here and the larger on the regular side. I think, pretty sure that's the way it's supposed to be. I don't know why you'd have the large on this side. There's no stops on this side. So, oh, if I showed you all of this, it'd be the world's longest video. You'd be laughing at me. So let's tighten that down. Okay, so that's there. That's what it should look like. And wow, having the big one on this side makes a lot more sense. So that's there, and then you have your little one here. So let's take a look inside and see if this detent will make sense now. And it does. So we have the detent. And felt it click in that time. So I'm thinking I'm in a good spot. Put the handle and spring back on. We'll just cross our fingers. Hope everything works afterwards. Okay. Fire. Safe. Fire. Safe. Fire. Safe. Okay. Rocking and rolling. Put it on fire. Well, actually, let's put it on safe. I'm going to hold the hammer. Nothing. Fire. All right. Cooking with gas now. So, there's that. Quick and easy, right? Okay, so it's functional. There you go. There's the other piece of red on the gray, Cerakote, and the black, and more to come. So yeah, I'm gonna edit this up quite a bit because I went through way too much trouble on this selector switch. So with that said, I'm gonna cut it there, and I will see you guys for volume 4. All right, have a good one. Okay.